In an underreported story, and I myself, Crypto King, being a victim of a hack from T-Mobile, they verified investigated claims that sensitive information from 100 million users is being sold on the dark web. Stay tuned for more information about how you can protect yourself from what is now known as a SIM swap.
Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund, in my private account.
$10,000 per Bitcoin in 3 years.
Well, I think it is working. There will be other currencies like it that may be even better.
Would you like to get started investing in crypto? If so, the best place to get started is Coinbase. If you'd like to help out the channel and get free Bitcoin, please check out the link in the description box below. Crypto King is not a financial advisor.
Well, family, thank you for tuning in to Crypto King. I'd like to talk to you today about this hack that happened to the AT&T T-Mobile customer base that involved some 100 million customers in that database. And a lot of information that I'll go over here shortly was exposed. And now what the targets are for these hackers are to target those customers who have cryptocurrency wallets and in that information stored on their telephone or their cell phone. So reason how I know is because I was an actual victim of this hack attack. I woke up one morning and I saw that my network was unable to make telephone calls, and that prompted me to do more research. And once I found out what happened, I found out that it was a SIM swap protocol that the hackers are using in order to be able to access your cryptocurrency wallets and other information pertinent to what they are trying to retrieve from your information.
A big data breach at T-Mobile US. The mobile carrier said Wednesday its probe revealed hackers stole personal data from more than 40 million people. It said the stolen data included social security numbers, birth dates, names, and driver's license information, but it said no financial details were compromised. The victims include nearly 8 million existing T-Mobile wireless customers, as well as former and prospective customers. T-Mobile disclosed the hack on Sunday after media outlet Vice reported that a seller offered private data for sale on an underground forum. The seller was offering data on 30 million people for Bitcoins worth $270,000, but later reports suggested that price had plunged to $200. Reuters was unable to check the veracity of the forum's post. Digital thieves have been taking advantage of weakened security as people work from home. Last week, cryptocurrency platform Poly Network said hackers stole $610 million in digital coins.
How does a SIM swap attack work? So once a thief has stolen your phone number, stealing your identity becomes relatively easy. This is because the number is likely tied to your bank, email, or social media accounts. Now, fraudsters or hackers, they with a number could try logging into these accounts and then intercept the confirmation codes that were supposed to be texted to your device. Once inside, these hackers can drain your financial accounts and take out loans in your name and scrape your email contacts and scam friends and family as well. So these SIM swaps, they appear to be happening behind a recent string of takeovers behind the dark web and hackers. The most recent occurrence of this was when Instagram was hacked a while back, and it created a $220 million lawsuit against AT&T for allowing this to happen, because in the grand scheme of things, this should never happen. But in this case, as reported by Motherboard, the hackers were able to get access to the servers, and that's how they were able to target individuals. And I believe that they're targeting individuals who have or known to have crypto accounts. And that's where the other information like your social security number, address, etc. will be able to be matched with other things that may have been stolen via your identity onto the dark web. It has also been reported that a cryptocurrency investor had claim of a SIM swap resulting in the theft of $23.8 million worth of tokens, and he's suing the carrier AT&T for 10 times that amount. So what are the signs of SIM swap fraud? If you notice any of these warning signs, then you should contact your cell phone provider immediately. Getting locked out of your cell phone's online account. Now, you want to contact your cell phone provider immediately if you suddenly find yourself locked out of your cell phone's online account. A SIM swap may be the cause. No cell phone service, even with good reception. If your cell phone loses service and you cannot receive calls or texts when reception is clearly present, then it's time to notify your provider. And cell phone service notifications for things you didn't do. Be alert for notifications of suspicious activities. Most cell phone providers will notify you when something is out of the ordinary that's happening on your account. If you happen to suspect that you're a victim of a SIM swap scam like myself, then what you want to do is call your mobile provider and let them know that you didn't make any changes to your account. You should also get in contact with your bank and check for transactions that aren't yours or doesn't belong to you or that you didn't make. So in my case, I believe that the ring of hackers were able to breach the database or the servers within T-Mobile's data center, and then were able to pass that information on to another person within the ring who may have recruited retail workers at some of these mobile shops who have access to T-Mobile's database, and then they were paid some amount to be able to make these SIM swaps of these targeted crypto accounts. Well, family, I'd like to take you through 7 steps in preventing a SIM swap attack and you becoming a victim of this occurrence, especially if you have been a victim of this recent T-Mobile AT&T network SIM card attack. You definitely want to listen and pay attention closely. While it seems that it's easy for these hackers or cyber criminals to gain access to your SIM, there's some things that you can do to help prevent SIM swap attack from happening to you. So the first thing that you want to do is avoid phishing scams. Some SIM swap attacks, they start with a phishing attack. You may be receiving emails that contain malicious links, a bogus login screen, fake address bars, or etc. And you want to avoid clicking any of these links and downloading programs, photos, documents, and don't sign into your account via these screens provided within these emails. If you do so, then the criminals will then have access to some of the most very important personal information, and they can obtain your SIM card via these mediums. The next step you want to do is reduce your personal data that's online. Avoid as much as possible sharing personal data information online. This would include your phone number, birth date, mailing address, and more. These bits of information are all the hackers need to steal your SIM card. Some of this information is necessary for some sites, such as shopping and banking sites. However, you want to avoid making this information searchable. Don't include personal data such on social media posts, for instance. And if you have accounts that are no longer in use, then you want to be sure that you close and delete them altogether. Even these type of accounts can be accessed by hackers, and the information that you have stored online is basically a gold mine for them. The third step you want to take is use an authenticator app, such as Google Authenticator or Authy. Now, when you access or set up these accounts with the 2-step authentication apps, then you can choose to input the 6-digit code with the account. These codes update every 30 seconds, and it stays in sync with your phone and not the SIM card, and it makes it more difficult for the criminals to access the account you've tied to your authentication app. These apps are easy to use, and you definitely want to use this in extra layer of security for yourself. I use both Authenticator app and Authy. The fourth step you want to take is to pin your mobile phone account. What does this mean? It means that some carriers allow you to set up a PIN number to protect your account from unauthorized use or changes. This is one of the best ways to foil a SIM hijacking attempt. Another layer of security that you can use are security recover questions. You want to create answers that are not tied to your personal data, so only you know and not anyone else. Another layer that you can use is a password manager app. Now, these services provide long, unique passwords for each of your accounts. In fact, you can let the password manager generate the password for you. The password is stored in the app, so the only thing that you would need to remember is the master password when signing into the password manager app. They provide another strong layer to foil the cyber criminal's attempt to get your SIM card information. If you're a victim of SIM swapping, then you want to write down all of the account information that's important for your online accounts. It may be a little tough, but it's definitely going to help. The information that you need to have written down somewhere is the date and the month the account was created, the addresses associated with the account, credit or debit card numbers that use for purchases on the account, any screen names that you have used in the past for other accounts, and also the email addresses used to access the accounts. While you're going through this process, it's an excellent time to update passwords and other login information. Once you have everything done, put everything together in one secure place, and it might be a good idea to write it out or print it out to avoid saving it online on one of your accounts or your computers because it can be easily hacked. Well, family, thank you for hanging all the way to the end. I hope that this information will help you to understand what SIM card swapping is and how to protect yourself from it happening to you. Everyone is a target these days, and it pays to keep yourself protected as much as possible online. So you want to take these proper steps to avoid the devastating effects of what a SIM swap occurrence can happen if you are a victim. Well, family, that's about all the information that I have for you today on Crypto King's Crypto Crunch. Thank you for hanging in all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the information that was presented today on this channel, please go ahead and give that like button a smash. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a comment or a question, please leave them down below in the comment box, and I'll be sure to answer and get back with you as soon as possible. Also, if you're interested in joining my Blockchain Brothers WhatsApp group, please contact me at CryptoKingCarlos@gmail.com. Remember, family, excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothing. Those who specialize in them seldom amount to anything. There are no excuses. Never look down on anyone. And if you have to look down on someone, look down on them to lift them up. We should always be lifting as we climb. Hold fast, be strong, don't quit. Let all your things be done in charity. I love you, Yeshua loves you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Have a great day and a great week.